3, 2, and apparently we're live. Live-ish. Actually live. Yes. Yeah. Neither do I. I don't even have a guess either. This is like, yeah, this is completely blind. I mean, I like Taylor Swift. I was like, oh yeah, ISFP, right? And then like Kanye West, I kind of like, yeah, he's definitely Alpha Quadra. Like I knew that, going into it, the very Alpha Quadra. But I have no clue how Marshall Mather, aka Eminem, I have no idea what his type is. So, and for some reason, we're on a rapper stint right now. So we're just going to probably move away from rappers after this, but yeah, we'll definitely see how this goes. But yeah, you're right, Jeb. I have absolutely no clue about this guy and his type whatsoever. So hopefully we can get something pretty good here tonight on this one. It seems the audience is thinking ISTP more than anything. So, oh, maybe the audience will be right tonight. So we'll see how that goes. No, definitely not. Sure. So, yeah. Here, so just so you guys know, like the whole process of what we do from start to finish is Jab and I will be playing some clips of some interviews or some interaction between Eminem and other people, and we'll just be the silent observers, metaphysical observers of the future, of course, looking into the past to try to determine his interaction styles and his temperament according to the type grid. If you don't know what the type grid is, you can go to on our Discord. Say again. No, that's what it likes to do. It likes to get messy. Just keep letting me know when it happens, and then I'll just keep fixing it. Is that better? I think I know why that keeps happening. 1 second. It's kind of hard to actually, stream when the computer you're streaming on is not actually plugged in. Needs just thinking maybe some electricity might be a good idea. This is the electricity stream, apparently, going as cheap as possible. Wow. Let me try again. Is that better? Okay. Should be. You know what? I'm actually going to take that. All right. I changed the port that the microphone was in, so it's got its own port instead of going through the hub. Is that better? Yeah, I hope they can. Yes, we can. Good. Athens. Thank you, Athens. All right. So yeah, anyway, the process. If you don't know how to use the type grid, you can get it. You can use the command ! type grid anywhere on the Discord server, and the type grid will magically appear. Or you can download it off our website at csjoseph.life. Get the type grid, and you can watch us use the type grid to type Eminem this evening, as well as we also break down his sentences and what he says and his behavior into cognitive functions as well. We're not trying to be like, oh, this sentence. Say again. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Nope, but here, I'll tick it. There you go. Can you hear yourself?
All right, they should be able to hear me now.
All right, is Java back? Okay, yes.
I can hear myself, but I'm going to just tolerate that. All right.
Oh, I think I know what the issue is.
Maybe we should just restart the stream.
No,
redo the sound check.
No, it's fine. It's all good. There we go. Everyone still hear Jab right now? Audience supported sound check. Yes, they can. They can hear fine. All right, this should be fixed. Yes, 6 minutes in. Yes. We'll figure it out. All right, you're just gonna have to deal with hearing yourself.
Yeah. All right.
Make Jabba noise again. Make sexy Australian noise again.
Go into your Discord and set your input device to your microphone.
You're back, but you can hear yourself. All right.
Oh.
It's so bad. Okay.
All right. I think we need to pause the stream for 5 minutes, and I need to go through your sound settings and fix it for you.
There we go. I fixed it. I got it.
Hello.
There you go. Can you hear yourself anymore?
I cannot hear myself anymore. Can they hear me?
Yeah, I think they can hear you.
Hello.
Yay! All right. So Discord actually detected the Yeti this time. So,
thank you.
Yes. Discord, the bane of our existence for streaming. Of course, it's always that way.
I told you that's what you needed to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listening to Jab is not exactly the best thing.
It is the best thing.
It is the best thing. Yeah. I just choose not to do it. So, yeah, we break down his sentences. We assign by cognitive functions, as you can see here, and then we do the interaction styles and the temperaments according to the type grid. Okay, gosh, please, almighty, let's just start playing some clips.
Yeah. All right. So Eminem. Let's start with this one. It's called Eminem's on Drugs, Addiction, and Rehab.
See that.
Kids don't do drugs.
Were you on drugs?
What was going on at that time? Yes, I was just a wee bit under the influence on that particular clip.
Well, one thing for sure is we're glad that you can even discuss it so openly, because that by itself is something personal, and you're able to open up to your fans about the addiction. Yeah. Tell us about that dark period in your life.
Well, the crazy part about that clip, and I don't know if people believe me when I say this, but I don't remember being here.
So direct.
I really have no recollection of actually doing the show. I remember going home and watching it, but I just don't remember being here. But that's kind of direct, like at that point.
Direct, very like low SI, SE, definitely SE.
But the lack of SI seems to be a result of drug inducement.
Yeah, we'll see. This is why it's going to be hard. Let's do this.
All right, let's go.
I don't know. I mean, if I had to like try to mark a time period or whatever and try to figure out like where it actually
went, that's TI.
It's hard for me to try to figure out where it went from recreation to a full-blown problem, but I mean, I think that it was a problem when I went to rehab in 2005, and I came out and I wasn't really taking rehab serious.
I think.
And I came out, I relapsed, and then the proof thing happened, and then I kind of just went way overboard. Yeah, I just kind of
way overboard. Kind of lost my discipline. SE and I. Yeah.
As a person, while you were on the drugs? And how did you describe the relationship you had with other people, from your family, your friends, even your label mates?
Well, I was extremely distant. You know, I didn't really talk to nobody. I kind of just went off and just did my own thing. You know what I mean? I'd go home and shut the door.
Did my own thing. Very responding.
Bathroom, and then be okay. And then but you know, I was a functioning addict, so I was kind of the worst, an addict of the worst kind. So nobody really knew what was going on. I think
uncontrolled. Sounds very movement to me.
Was that an SI? Yeah, I was a functioning addict. People couldn't tell.
Yep. And that's kind of like a low TE approach as well. So
when you talk about the people that are around you, we know that you, Dr. Dre, and 50 Cent are really close friends, and they're also your business partners. What were they? What was their whole perception of what was going on with you? Did they know that you had an addiction problem, or?
I think that you know, when I talked to 50 and Dre about it, I think that they felt like something wasn't right, but they didn't quite know at that time. You know what I mean? I hit it really well. So
because I'm sure that must have been hard for them to kind of even approach you on that, because that's something different.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have actually said anything at that point in time anyways. And I don't think anybody really could. Kind of
at that point in time, TI.
The thing that I had to come to the realization of. So.
Well, you've been clean for a year, and that by itself is an accomplishment. Congratulations on that. How did it take you to get to that point, or what did it take for you to ultimately get to that point?
Abstraction. Put one for concrete.
Clean. I'm getting clean.
Well, I had a pretty bad experience, like not last Christmas, but
bad
Christmas
experience.
before.
SI.
And, you know, when I did the Vibe article, I kind of just came out and told everything, but I actually overdosed on methadone, which I didn't even know what I was taking at the time. I didn't know it was methadone. Had a near-death experience where I literally almost died, and then came out the hospital.
This is all inside.
About a month later, relapsed again, and that's how
he's
I knew,
being
like,
interviewed, so it's not.
Like, this is not nothing to do with willpower. Like, willpower is like, I don't want that piece of cake over there. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to eat it. This is a different thing. And I had to come to the realization that, you know, when I was ready to face it, like, I'm an addict, you know what I mean? Then, you know, I was ready to get clean. I think that it was overall, it was like the overdose. And then when I relapsed, I kind of shot back up to the same point with the drugs that I was already at. And it just scared me. So I just went to some friends and was just like, yo, I got a problem. I need help.
That's SE. I need to go to my friends for help. FE. And some NI as well, for sure.
Awesome.
I'm not seeing any extrovert intuition here at all. So I think his SI is more low SI, but his SI may be high enough in his shadow functions that he's able to recall pretty well and gives SI stories, which is what you could typically see from SI critics and SI nemesis as well. So for sure. But yeah, let's keep going. You want to pop over to a different interview?
Yep, that one basically just finished right there.
Okay, cool.
So this is his revival interview. I don't know what that means, but apparently it means something.
Okay.
Well, I think Dre's process has gotten a little different. You know, Dre's like Dre's kind of up for trying new things more so than I am. I kind of try to stick to the same formula, but Dre's always like updating how he does his
same
beats,
formula. Interesting. Well, I could say that is systematic. I kind of want to say that's more interest based because he's talking about what's Dre's doing, you know, from an SE standpoint. Okay. But the thing is, though, is that if he was more systematic, he'd actually be interested in experimenting a little bit more with different methodologies and different formulas per se. So kind of interest based, but you could actually make an argument for systematic on that one. So they kind of cancel each other out. So we'd have to know a little bit more.
Boy, your audience is saying that's SI, not SE.
Oh, yeah.
His recording process, you know, a lot of people, I still use a booth because to me, there's nothing like that in the intimacy of you and just the microphone. You know, but I do know that he's recorded some things where he's got the mic set up in the room where the mixing board is and don't even have a booth. And sometimes he feels more comfortable doing it that way. I don't know if I could get you.
Did you just? Oh, okay.
To that.
But he's like, I don't know if I can get used to that. That's more SI. straight up more SI for sure.
So used to working in a booth and how I've always done it, but yeah, other than that, our relationship hasn't changed, our recording process hasn't changed, and
The relationship hasn't changed.
I mean, here's an interesting point for contention. You've always spoken about how drugs can cause people to use their shadows. Somebody
but
who's
he's not drugged up now, is my point.
right, but would that allow him to develop his shadow to some degree? Not
Absolutely,
that I'm
in the same way that trauma can help people develop their shadow all the time. Like,
right. I mean, this could explain why his seems equally strong on both SE and SI. They almost seem rather equal, but let's keep going.
well, I just so the audience
usually
understands, like, he's not on drugs in these interviews. Is our point? Like, he's not inebriated.
Right. No. I didn't assume he was on drugs. I was assuming that his previous drug habits had allowed him to develop his shadow.
Right.
Anyway, let's keep going.
you couldn't stand each other. But nah, me and Dre's my friend. You know, we're definitely friends. We don't speak every day, but we speak enough that, you know, I feel like we'll always be friends.
We will always be friends.
Yeah. SE and FE. The shared experience, SE, of being friends together.
Right.
Pulled out many a rhymes on my pad, feeling like I already got something that's like that, you know. And I made a lot of songs. When I think back about how many songs I've actually made, I don't know how many I've made, but I made a lot of songs, and I make a lot of songs for each album. But I always try to approach each song slightly different. And even if I can't, like, okay, I've got a song that maybe
that's SE.
It was kind of like this 10 years ago. You know, let me put a little twist on it. You know, that's kind of the mind frame. And I write till I can't, till my brain hurts.
Kind of the mind frame.
And I write every day.
Writes until his brain hurts. That's a very NITI statement.
Pen and paper because
he's still movement for sure. But like, remember when we were doing Elon Musk, he has TI Hero, right? TI Hero, while, you know, is very controlled, he spends even more time choosing his words, but he's still, like, if Eminem, for example, is a high TI user, which it seems like he is a high TI user, he would still be choosing his words carefully as well. And since he's more concrete, he has the opportunity to actually slow it down a little bit further, even though he could still be movement type. So just be aware of that little distinction that has to how things can change from abstract to concrete. Anyway, let's keep going.
Before we keep going, I just want to point out the previous interview we did, he talked about his previous drug habits, so I didn't assume anything. Let's keep going.
Fair enough.
Something about, for me, I can keep ideas on my phone too, but something about the pen and paper to me is better.
Something about the pen and paper, something physical. SE.
Yeah, they're very SE.
Very SE.
Like, I need to have that pen and paper. I need to get my hands dirty, even though I'm only writing raps.
Yep.
And lyrics.
And I can see them at once. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can see him
like,
at once. Like, that's SE.
Yeah, the physical environment. It's all SE.
Yeah, it's all SE. Still direct.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's making hand movements as if he's like touching something right now. If you could see the video.
Right. Oh, that would be nice to see.
Yeah.
Sitting there for 2 hours.
He's like pretending he's like playing with something in his hands.
Right.
Wait, I remember the phrase, but what I use to rhyme with it. For me, I remember which side of the page it's on. For me, I keep a book and write my ideas down in that, because I'll at least remember.
Yeah, that's very concrete. Very concrete.
Is that a bit TE? Having his references?
Yep, that's a bit TE as well. If he's a strong TI user, he could have his TE a little bit higher on his functions. So.
Yeah.
So the TE would bleed in a little bit, even though it's mostly TI dominated.
Right.
And I'll remember what side of the page it's on. When I get ideas, I might get a track sent to me. Somebody might do a beat, and I hear the beat. I'm like, oh shit, I like this beat, but none of my ideas I got already are gonna go with this, so I need to make new one. So that's how seeing what other people have, adjusting the beat for it. It's very TISE. He knows he wants to do it because he likes the beat, and he knows other people value it. Very SE. I don't know. I'm pretty positive he's in the STP NFJ Quadra so far. So far, based on what I'm saying. STP / what's up?
They're saying your audio is bad, but I think it was mine, and then I fixed it. And is mine still bad? Is it still bad?
I restarted the audio engine anyway.
Right.
Should be back.
All right, let's keep going. They're still saying it's bad.
Okay, it's good now. Yay.
All right, let's keep going.
Cool.
Things don't get used.
All right, hold on.
Written songs where I don't like this whole song, but I like these couple of lines, so I might recycle them and use them in something later. You know, I find
So
myself
that's very SE. He's just taking the existence of the song. He's taking what's tangible in front of him, and he's manipulating it and changing it and making it something new. Basically, it's like transmutation of existing matter. Like, yeah, I'm literally totally going all alchemist right now, but literally transmuting the existing tangible things into something else and making it something else, which is very SE. It's very SE manipulation on that side.
Right.
So for sure. But Jab, what do you think on the affiliative or pragmatic side or the abstract? I haven't really seen him talk about anything affiliative at all. Like, I'm not even seeing the affiliative. I just haven't even seen anything affiliative, really. I mean, he talks about his friends and whatnot, but I mean, everyone has friends, even pragmatics, right? So, and he seems very free focus, which would make sense if he's an STP NFJ Quadra, right? You know, the how much he values freedom, because those types value freedom more than anyone else for the most part. So based on that, well, actually NI users, but the point is, you know, having that freedom of expression in that regard, he doesn't sound interdependent to me. I'm not really getting interdependence from him at all. So definitely going to be, you know, on the more pragmatic side for sure. I'm just not seeing the interdependence. Right. And it's just been concrete all night. So
yeah, that's what I'd say. I'd say he's more along the lines of pragmatic, because the only sense of getting something done is associated with his work and writing his lyrics. It's never about what's right. I haven't seen what's right at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's not talking about the right thing. It's just, yeah, he's stating what works consistently, which he has been doing. You bring up a good point. He has been doing that basically in this clip. So let's move on to the next clip, actually. Let's try to get some more.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a good thing you just got me out of that room.
Yeah, it was getting quite...
No, I'm saying with LL, because I was just about to challenge him to a pose down.
Oh, you mean this kind of thing?
Yeah. And he didn't want it. He's
well, look, you're fit, you're in good shape, but that's a man's physique right there, isn't it?
He looks a little small compared to me, but
Looks a little small.
You know, was he one of your influences? Was he someone
being
you
very
grew up listening to? Were you a fan of LL Cool J in the early days?
Man, come on.
What was your favorite LL Cool J track?
Rock the Bells was probably first.
He's a great track.
It was probably the first one that I heard. LL was actually, like, hearing him rap actually made me want to rap.
Really?
Yeah, man. That was what did it for me. And then I think when the Beastie Boys came out,
rap, that's when I want to rap. Okay, yeah, SE, very SE.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, it was possible. You know what I mean? But LL, seriously though, LL made me want to rap.
You know, LL's acting as much as doing the music now, probably more so. You acted for a while. Did you see Eminem in the movie 8 Mile? That was a great performance. I thought a tremendous performance here. Really good screen acting. And that wasn't that.
Kurt Sanchez.
Yeah. He did a terrific job as well. Why not?
Yeah, but I just, I love music so much, man. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. Not saying that
LOL
I
at the
won't.
ENFP who's interviewing him. Jeez.
Yeah, sorry, I had to stick through some of that.
Do you find that you're writing different stuff now? I mean, obviously, I know it's very much about, you always write about what's going on in your life, don't you?
Well, I don't know about that, but I am definitely, I think I've definitely changed the direction from the last record, from Relapse to this record. I think I went a little bit different.
Now, Relapse.
I think I've changed the direction.
Like 3 million copies, I think, and you won a Grammy for it.
Yeah.
But then I read somewhere you're not happy with it. You weren't particularly pleased with it. Now, what does it take to make you pleased with something? It's like the biggest selling rap album of the last.
I mean, it's not that I wasn't completely happy with it as far as like, when I put it out, obviously I was happy with it or I wouldn't have put it out. But looking back on it now in retrospect, I feel like there was a lot of stuff on there that was really humorous and shock value, but I had to go back and listen to some of my older material and try to figure out why these songs off Relapse weren't making me feel like those used to, and kind of put the feeling back into.
That's not systematic. He's very interest focused on that because he's more concerned about the audience, because that's what the interviewer is asking him basically, is how the audience is reacting to what he's putting out, which again is SE, trying to get that SE response, from Eminem. Well, simultaneously, it's like, oh, hey, like what are people getting out of this album, etc. Right? So it's very interest based. It's not really systematic, and it's very concrete. Just kind of does what he wants, from a pragmatic side. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. Another point of contention. We're about 26 minutes into the stream, despite having 6 to 8 minutes of audio technical problems. Look at how many cognitive functions we've gotten from him. That's like just super evidence of how movement he is. He's just constantly talking, constantly direct. Because he's direct and movement, we're constantly getting so much information out of him. Like, just look at all that information we've got on the board.
Yeah, it's not very much, but he's very moving. He's not control. I mean, Elon Musk even took a lot longer than this. But I mean, he's very concrete, so I have no choice but to say, like, yeah, definitely an STP. So it's between ISTP and maybe I should use a better hand. ISTP or ESTP at this point. It's kind of it's what it is, because that's the function stack. We have TI, we have FE, we have SE, and NI for sure. But he seems to be more fact-based, and I think he's way more responding. We know he's direct, but we know he's movement. And based on that jab, based on everything we have, that would basically be he's an ISTP, which would make the audience correct, because the audience voted at the very beginning of this episode when we were having horrible sound issues for some reason. And because of that, they're like, oh, he's an ISTP, obviously. He's a craftsman, duh, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of, where it's at. But based on the evidence that we have, I have no choice but to conclude ISTP. Play a little bit more, see if we can disprove it a little bit. Maybe switch over to a different interview than that one if you got one. And we'll kind of go for it from there. Let's see if we can disprove it a little bit. But ISTP so far, what we've got.
Yeah, let's keep going.
You got beat up a lot as a kid.
Yeah, there was a lot of instances that I would.
You got beat up coming home from school.
Beat up in bathroom, beat up in the hallways,
SI,
shoved in the lockers. Just for the most part, man, just being the new kid.
He discovered rap as a teenager, and in its tough talk, and street smarts,
please no copyright strikers.
The best insults.
Just go through the next thing.
Here we go.
He may have better clothes or whatever, but he can't do this like me. You know what I mean? He can't write what I'm writing right now. And it started to feel like, maybe Marshall's getting a little respect.
That respect was hard won. He was often the only white guy competing in underground clubs.
Yep. All right. This is the last one I have. Let's keep going.
Oh, to watch a strut. Jump in anytime here. Kathmandu.
That was good.
Thank you.
Good.
You claim you're from Michigan. You
I know Kathmandu.
Kathmandu.
There's a couple of
Rock and roll never forgets.
Excuse the Stephen Colbert cringe.
Rock and roll never forgets. Okay. Roll me away, won't you roll me away? Turn the page.
Yep.
Someday, lady.
just yep. Yep. Very responding. Yep. It's like, dude, you're like so annoying right now, but I don't want to make you feel bad by pointing out the fact that you're annoying. Said every ISTP ever. Like, are you kidding me? This is what they do. Yeah. It reminds me of Jason, you know, when he's like, John, stop, John. That's annoying. Like, seriously.
Okay, so you're helping. Can we see his face? He's got a hoodie on. Can we see his face? Is lighting okay with that? Are we okay with that? Okay. Have you thought about taking the hoodie down? Because you've got
because I'm pragmatic. I'm going to do whatever I want. No. Like, seriously. And I'm responding. I'm wearing my hoodie. No one needs to see my face because I'm introverted. You know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like, definitely.
An industry. You've got such a cute face. Why hide underneath the hoodie?
Wow.
That's your little moneymaker.
Yeah,
why hide?
hey, bro.
Why? And I should probably put that back.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, his Effie inferior. So cringe. That Effie inferior is like getting insecure about that because it's like, why do you value me taking my hood off right now? Like, why do you do that? Why SE parent as well is just kind of like his SE and FE functions were just so triggered by that. He's trying so hard to like comply, even though he doesn't want to at all. It's really annoying. Yeah, it's very cringy.
You just have to make plans for when you just.
Despite how bad this is, it's interesting to see how they're interacting, despite the cringe.
Dreams die. You know, it happens.
Look at this.
Fun is fun.
I'm so confused right now.
I'm so confused right now. DE Nemesis.
There's nothing to be done. You're a leader at Walmart.
Wow. Why didn't we lead with this?
This is so bad.
Who's interviewing him again?
Stephen Colbert.
Oh yeah, Mr. SE Demon himself. Okay, yeah, who literally makes everybody uncomfortable. Okay, yeah, sure. And the SI critic of Eminem is like, dude, you got some issues, man. I mean, like, I'm in a stupid zone you right now. You can't tell that I've just stupid zoned you, but you've been stupid zoned. And as soon as we're done here, I am like so getting out. The typical reaction ISTPs have to ENTP is like literally right there. Of course. Wow.
Right.
You're dead.
Right.
You're going, why don't I listen to him?
No, I
listen.
He keeps cutting him off. It's like no SE.
Important to you on a certain level. You probably told your friends, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be the guy who doesn't give up. You told your parents, is this good enough for you, old man?
Very epic child, very any hero. Thank you, ENTP, Stephen Colbert. Thank you.
Maybe it doesn't happen.
Gosh.
Right.
Yeah.
You really don't know. I mean, I put out like quite a few albums.
I'm sure that feels good.
Yeah, I have no idea. ISTPs just have no clue what to do with ENTPs. It's hilarious. They just get so triggered. It's like, what do? I don't even know what to do. I can't make this guy feel comfortable. I can't make him feel good about me. I can't get a read on him. This is so weird. I can't even. It's just like this giant, huge ass question mark just right on top of Eminem's head. He's like, no. Oh man.
Well, I swear to God, if I was the executive behind this show, I would be like calling my assistant to bring Stephen Colbert's contract just so I could rip it up in front of him. Like, this is so bad.
This is so bad. Maybe Steve Colbert should actually learn type for once and understand that's like not how you talk to an ISTP and just be like, hey man, I saw your album. I listened to your album. Like, seriously, someone should have forced Stephen Colbert to actually like listen to an Eminem album before he actually talked to Eminem, because Stephen Colbert has no clue what he's talking about. And he's just making it up as he goes. Like, ENTPs flying by the seat of their pants because they're too lazy to actually do the research themselves. It's so annoying when they do that. Like, I mean, I do that too, to be honest. That's why, like, I force myself against my will to like read books constantly. you know, and just like you can obviously tell he's just winging it. And Eminem's like, bro, why are you winging it? You know, he's just like, why are you winging it? Don't you even care? But no, you know, F.I. Trickster doesn't care. Like, absolutely does not care at all. So,
but he's an intuitive. Who's an intuitive? Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, he is intuitive. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to keep going, or do you think we've got more?
No, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think the audience was right at the beginning. Eminem is definitely an ISTP, aka the craftsman. Sorry about the sound problems, folks. That really sucked. And we'll definitely try to figure out why that's happening. I think I just need to actually update this computer for once. And I think that might solve the issues. But we've been having some crisscross here on this, but for sure. Eminem has strong NE. You should watch him freestyle. I'm sorry, but there hasn't been a single NE abstract statement from Eminem this entire evening as we've gone over, 4 or 5 clips of footage at this point with this guy. Yeah, no, he's definitely not an extroverted intuitive. I would say he's NE trickster, and he has no clue what the intentions are of what other people are doing. He only understands what people are doing or have done. He has no idea what they want. He's completely blind to expert intuition. It's just like he's like looking at Steve Colbert, just like, "Are you for real, bro? Like, are you for real? How? Like, who pays this guy? How is this guy even in business? Why is this guy in show business? Why is he here?" You can just see like the wheels are turning in Eminem's head as this is happening. He's like, "I'm in show business. Why is this guy in show business?"
Right.
That's great. We should have led with that at the very beginning. That's definitely the best approach for sure. Anyway, compared to last week's How to Type episode, this was a bit more low key. But I mean, hey, it's an ISTP. You get what you get, right? So, not saying ISTPs are low key by any means, and that Eminem is not low key, but like they're pretty direct. ISTPs are kind of pretty cookie cutter because that's what ISTPs like. They like to kind of be in that, have a cookie cutter environment with their ESTJ shadow, things that are in control, because once everything is under control, then they can be free to do whatever they want, right? And that's just kind of the approach that they take it, which is why, you know, we're able to, move it forward, you know, as a result. So, and performance analysis. So anyway, Jab, you got anything else to add before we close up?
Yeah, other than, only that, if you guys are interested, give me some feedback as to who you want next. I am leaning towards one of the more popular picks, but I'm not sure if people don't want him anymore, so we'll see.
Okay. So Blacian 13 is the winner of the book. That's actually also announced in the next lecture that I'll be releasing, which I had already filmed. I just haven't put it out yet. But Blacian 13, congratulations for winning this book, etc. So email me at chase@csjoseph.life, and we'll definitely get that book sent to you right away. So
I just want to get a feel to the audience. So does the audience still want Jordan Peterson?
Oh my gosh, I don't want to do Jordan Peterson yet. I've been trying to avoid Jordan Peterson for a while. Like, seriously. Brett Kavanaugh? No, thank you.
No.
No.
Not Brett Kavanaugh.
No. No, the audience leaves what they want to in all the comments. We just got to go to the How to Type episodes in the past, read the comments, and we'll see what they want. And we'll just go.
Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering if they still want Neil deGrasse, pretty good one. Darren, I'll just clip this bit at the end off, and you won't have to worry about it ruining your beautiful video.
What are you talking about?
Stacks.
Got to be real as possible. I don't edit my videos, and I only do that when like the camera stops rolling after a second. I'm just not doing that. So, but
yeah. Are you sure you want 6 minutes of us trying to fix your sound? I'm definitely going to cut that.
Absolutely, because that's what Gary Vaynerchuk would do. He'd probably be giving us thumbs up or high five for that. Yeah, we don't edit videos. What are you talking about? Got to be as real as possible, man. All right, cool. Well, thank you all for showing up tonight and being with us for How to Type Eminem edition. We'll be back 9 p.m. Eastern time Thursday night for our next Q&A episode. Keep those questions coming. Keep them coming on the Discord. Join the Discord. The link is in the description of all the lectures here on the CSJ YouTube channel. Make sure you're on the Discord server. Put in your questions. We'll get to your questions Thursday night at 9 Eastern. And otherwise, fantastic. So thank you, Jab. Thank you, audience. You were right tonight this time. So it's good to see that you guys are all tracking.
Yeah.
Track Eminem. It's pretty dope. So. And thanks for putting
the audience is getting pretty good.
Yeah, the
absorbing your information.
Really yeah, I'm very proud of the audience. It's so awesome how they got it. So Athens is like, this time, really? This time? This time?
I am so jealous that you're getting love hearts from the audience. Where's my love hearts?
Yeah, where is Jab's love hearts? I mean, Jab is coin operated, don't forget, but love hearts will work too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, cool. Eminem is an ISTP. Y'all have a good night. Later.
All right.